Zohran Mamdani just pulled off one of the biggest political surprises in New York City, winning the Democratic mayoral primary.
Was a decisive victory. We won with a vision that spoke to every single New Yorker.
But while he's been front and center, focused on his core message of making New York more affordable, someone else quietly caught the public's attention, too. His wife. Yep, Zohran is married, and his wife, Rama Duwaji, is a Syrian artist with an impressive creative background.
And I must thank my incredible wife.
Now, you wouldn't know it from his campaign. Zohran was laser-focused, barely a word about his personal life.
We have to earn support.
So when Rama made her first major appearance on election night, standing by his side, people were curious. Who is she? Well, it turns out Rama is a talented Syrian artist who works in illustration and animation. Her work has been featured in The Washington Post, The New Yorker, and she's even created posters for events across the city. Basically, she's the kind of person who says more through her art than any press conference ever could. And honestly, good for her. So how did these two meet? Not through politics, and not at some gallery opening either. They actually met on Hinge, that's right, the same dating app you've probably deleted and reinstalled a dozen times.
I met my wife on Hinge, so there is still hope in those dating apps.
Hinge, PR team, you paying attention? And yes, they're already married. Zohran shared in an interview that they tied the knot in a civil ceremony earlier this year at the city clerk's office. But before that, they had a celebration in Dubai with Rama's family. Photos from the event show a joyful gathering, and despite what some online critics claimed, the venue wasn't exactly over the top. According to reports, ceremonies there cost about $72 per guest. So, basically the same as dinner and drinks in Manhattan. Still, once the relationship came to light, trolls started circling. They accused Mamdani of hiding his wife and criticized Rama for supporting the pro-Palestine movement through her art. Some even tried to frame their Dubai celebration as some sort of scandal, but Mamdani wasn't having it. He posted photos from their civil ceremony on Instagram and addressed the situation head-on. He wrote, "3 months ago, I married the love of my life, Rama. Now, right-wing trolls are trying to make this race, which should be about you, about her." And he kept going. "Rama isn't just my wife. She's an incredible artist who deserves to be known on her own terms. You can critique my views, but not my family." A clear and powerful response.
We have to stand up and fight back.
While Rama has mostly stayed quiet throughout all this, she did post a sweet election day message. It was a photo carousel, some adorable photo booth pics from an Eid celebration, a classic "I voted" sticker selfie, and even a childhood snap of Zohran that honestly belongs in a campaign ad. Her caption? "Couldn't possibly be prouder. Ah, how cute is that?" These days, we're seeing more and more political couples who balance public service with strong personal partnerships. Just look at Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and his partner Jodie Hayden, or Canada's potential next leader Mark Carney and his wife Diana, both couples showing what modern political support looks like. Anthony Albanese just made history. Again. He became the first Aussie PM in over 20 years to win a second straight term. But instead of just soaking up the political win, Anthony took a moment to thank his fiancée, Jodie Hayden.
"You have my heart, I love you, and I look forward to living our lives together."
Seriously, it doesn't get more romantic than that on election night. Their love story is one of those unexpected turns life throws your way. They met in 2020, about a year and a half after Albanese's divorce. He had been married for 19 years to an Australian former politician, Carmel Tebbit, and they share a 24-year-old son, Nathan.
Who's grown into a fine young man who I am just so proud of. Thank you.
Anthony's love story with Jodie began when she shouted out her support for his favorite footy team, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Albanese later joked that she had him at Up the Rabbitohs. She followed up with a message, they grabbed a beer, and the chemistry was instant.
Who said I love you first?
Same time.
Same time. It was definitely the same time. Yeah.
The couple got engaged on Valentine's Day in 2024. Yes, he went full romantic. Albanese helped design the ring and planned the whole thing, right down to the balcony proposal at the lodge. He described it as something that took a lot of planning and thought, and it clearly paid off.
was a very happy moment.
Despite their high-profile lives, they insist it's not all politics and press conferences. In a candid interview, the couple joked about sharing a bathroom, Anthony's particular about keeping it tidy, and Jodi playfully called him out when her things start migrating across the sink. Totally relatable, right? Jodi's also been more than just a supportive partner. She's been a visible presence on the campaign trail and even penned a heartfelt letter ahead of the 2025 election. She spoke directly to women voters, saying Anthony values equality, supports flexible work, and truly understands what families need. He walks the walk on equality in his professional life and at home, Jodi shared. You could tell this wasn't just campaign talk. It came from love. Anthony responded with just as much affection. On a radio show, he said, "She's just fantastic. She's really smart and always brings in a different perspective." He even gave her credit for pushing the campaign to go harder on women's issues, like working from home. Honestly, sounds like a team that's not only in sync, but genuinely has each other's backs.
We just want to live in the moment at this point.
And if you're wondering about their wedding plans, so far the only confirmed detail is that their dog, Toto, will be the ring bearer. Adorable, right? As for the wedding song, Jodi hinted that Bruce Springsteen might make the playlist. Now that's a ceremony we'd all love to see. Isn't it refreshing when politicians seem genuinely happy in their personal lives? Well, Anthony and Jodi aren't the only couple giving us heartwarming moments. Canada's new PM Mark Carney and his wife of over 30 years, Diana Fox Carney, are another perfect example.
And thank you for choosing my husband's vision of a positive, unified, and above all, a strong country.
Yep, these two go way back, all the way to their university days at Oxford. And here's a fun fact. They actually bonded over ice hockey. Diana was part of the Oxford University Ice Hockey Club, and so was Mark. Who knew power couples could form on the rink? Diana was born in the UK and is every bit as impressive as her husband. She studied philosophy, politics, and economics at Oxford, then added a Master of Science in Agricultural Economics. And she didn't stop there. Diana also earned a Master of Arts in International Relations from the University of Pennsylvania. That's a serious academic lineup. Professionally, Diana is an economist who has focused much of her work on developing countries. She's held top roles at think tanks like Canada 2020 and the Institute for Public Policy Research, tackling issues like climate, energy, and inequality. While her current role hasn't been made public, she's got quite a legacy in the policy world. And she's even authored academic work on agricultural services and natural resources. So yes, brains definitely run in this family.
We're going to put in place measures that are going to build this country out of it, build this country strong.
Mark and Diana got married in 1994, and they've since raised 4 daughters together, Cleo, Tess, Amelia, and Sasha. And their eldest, Cleo, recently took center stage herself. She's now a freshman at Harvard, and she introduced her dad before he gave his victory speech in March 2025.
And who is better qualified to speak on his character than his daughter?
Cleo's speech was heartfelt and personal.
He is unflinchingly dedicated to what matters, focused and principled, funny and kind.
She wanted Canadians to really understand the man behind the politics. According to her, Mark is someone who's fully committed to the things that matter, who never backs down from hard work, and who always shows up, no matter how tough things get. Cleo also shared a sweet memory from growing up.
Every year for our birthdays, he burned us CDs, and somehow they were good. Sometimes now, when we don't know what to get him, we make him a playlist.
Oh, that's so adorable. As for Diana, she usually keeps a low profile, but she was front and center on election night. Dressed in a sleek red suit, she sat proudly in the front row next to Cleo as Mark gave his speech. Quiet strength. You love to see it. Mark Carney's long and happy marriage is something many admire, and hopefully it stays that way.